Well, I don't think this is an issue that is just Winona County. It's an issue throughout Minnesota.
Winona Area Public Schools reported that a little over 500 children are on the waiting list to receive childcare, and that is a 51% increase from the previous year. Teachers, community leaders, and business owners in the town of Winona say that adequate childcare doesn't just affect families, but also the workforce and its economic development. According to a 2018 survey, 33% of employees stated they've had to miss work at their job due to the lack of childcare.
Surveys that went out, and one entity said over 100 employees have turned away a position at their organization due to the inability to find childcare in the last year. That's a lot of people.
Going back to the family perspective, Christy Ransom, president and CEO of Winona Area Chamber of Commerce, and Bree Mackey, a board member for the Southeast Service Cooperative, says one roadblock they've heard from parents is the lack of affordability for childcare.
In some cases, paying for $5,000 a month for childcare is crippling. But how do you juggle that?
I've never heard a parent say, I pay my childcare provider way too much money. They know that they are working incredibly hard, but they are paying them a lot of their personal income, and it is incredibly expensive for families.
Leif Levin says, as a mother, she wants to stress to the public that not all families are the same, such as single-income family homes, or in the case where extended family takes care of another family member's child.
I've tried to do everything in my power to avoid having to turn to childcare, but so many people in this area don't have that privilege or that opportunity. People have to find childcare, and that sometimes means you have to go with something that is like under your standards, and that's really scary.
And what about finding a childcare facility you trust?
But we've been so highly regulated in a lot of regards that there's been a lot of people that have left the childcare industry because it's been hard to afford it. And obviously we want our children safe and we want them to be well cared for, so those things are important. But when we're not being able to sustain childcare providers and we already have this problem, there's got to be a different way to do both without creating more of a problem than we have.
On Tuesday, January 2nd, at the Tandisky Center in Winona, an open-to-the-public discussion will be held to tackle this topic.
Having these tough conversations is really important.
Ann Riebel, Community Education Director for Winona Area Public Schools, says she is excited to hear from the community because childcare goes beyond babysitting.
Child development says that those first 3 years of life are the most crucial times in brain development, trust development, and so having good quality care while a parent is at work is highly important for long-term development of children. And it's for security and comfort, not only of the child, but of the parent. It's really hard to be focused at work when you're worried if your child is safe and being cared for appropriately,